Nagaland conflict alag type khan thaki gine ahi ase for decades now. Aro moi gan ekta type of conflict saishe kole ro ceasefire na ha agere Indian army aro naga political groups khan laga majore conflict thakise. Ceasefire ahi ja pichire itia laga conflict hoile do mohan itia saishe kole do naga public aro naga political groups laga majore. Aro itu bi main ki laga conflict ase koishe kole do multiple taxation laga conflict. Itia mohan saigene jaile do hunipa hisabole do almost 30 upor factions ulai jaishe ko ase. Aro public khan hoile bi kuntu faction ge tax dibo kuntu faction ge tax na dibo. Itula confusion jai thaga homoy Hornbill TV aji apni han ye ekta itu laga related news ani ase. Ituro ki laga news ase kole do Sovima village hoile do itu one government one tax to kinika tai khan laga bosti re implement kuri ase. Tai khan bra kwa hisab hoile do for years now tai khan one government one tax to bhal bra implement kuri gine ahi ase ko ase. Tai khan Jua sal agere hi 2024 laga sal ekla de hulibi tahan one government one tax te do ki hulibi tahan stick kuribo koi gene tahan press statement bi ula nishna tail khan laga village council Mr. Sebastian Zimmer brabi kwado businessmen women khan ye niga tax laga demands kar ahishe golibi tai khan bra business kuria han ke advice kure guishe itu factions khan ke tai khan laga village council logo de hi pathabi koi guishe kotha kuru bole itu nishna tai khan itu one government one tax to kiniga implement kure ase aro dusra manu khan naga manu khan hulibi itu one government one tax to tai khan laga village khan de tai khan laga towns khan de implement kuru bole mon ase kole do Sovima village laga khisa tai khan kinika implement kure ase itu hunishe kole do bal hobani ki bhapna kuri gine aji mohan yere Sovima village council laga chairman Sebastian Zimmer logore kotha kurule aishe itia itu laga interview la details huni wa hiwe. Thank you, Mr. Sebastian Zimmer, for sparing your time for Hornbill TV. We will dive straight into the first question and the most important. What, according to you, is one government, one tax?
1993 তে Angami Public Organization to resolution একটা pass কৰিছে itu one government one tax hobo নহলে তো তেতিয়া faction দুইটা তিনটা থাকি কিনা public খান কে harass কৰা নিচিনা হৈ যাইছে itu right to 93 তে decision লৈছে আৰু over the years factions খান বেছি হৈ যায় নিমিতে itu 2013 তে October 31st na ke account Khan Dimapur rally kurigina thousands of people 40-50,000 people jaise bola tate resolution actual one government one tax kile mane naga movement to start kurise itu naga manu khan to taxation bisi dise koile to naparibo koina moi khan laga commission 1929 te Simon Commission ke memorandum ekta dia to itu Nagas we want to be left alone aru moi khan to Naga Indian Union ke join kurise kole to taxation bisi hobo Naga manu khan to afford kuru na paribo koigina 1929 te itu Simon Commission ke letter dia to inia thagise aru with that principle Fizo used that to unify the entire Naga people that to 10 brabi bosti de jaigena moi khan Indian Union join kurise kole to moi khan to taxation moi khan la gahore guru khan kuta khan yimite bi tax dibo itu khan na paria jai jabo itu ra moi khan Indian Union ke join na grubo koigena Fizo to inia kurigena Naga khan ke unify kuro parise aru to moi khan Naga manu khan first to group ekta he thakise to titia to moi khan willingly 10 households to ekta kader ke sponsor kore India kurina thakisile but over the decades itu movement to aste pura what was once a people's movement has gone against the interest of the people itu realize korise aru itia to faction to base hoise itu to corona tax so faction ke diona paribo ko animite itia public khan to resolve kurigena ase one government one tax ho apuni khan unify kurigena ekta government koribi tina hole ru moi Naga manu khan willingly apuni khan ke tax dibo itu lare ahi jaisi to itu Sovima village to moi khan to resolve kurise itu ekta government kura piche pura he moi kan tax dibo koina moi kan ita dukan kan debi trade license to die really trade license dia kan debi ta kan ke koe taxation to kono ke bi na dibo dise kole to trade license to cancel kurubo koina na trade license to be negre this is to protect the interests of the traders kila mona itu tax lucia kole to ultimately traders kan do kon bra realize kurubo ta kan laga loss kan to customers consumers kan public kan bra itu ram kan Sovima kan to faction sob ke unite kura piche bra mo kan to tax dibo itu la policy cholai
তো স্যার মই খান ইটো লাগা কথা কৰি কিনে যাই থাকিছে কইলে তো আপনি ইতিয়া বি অলপ তো হাইলাইট কৰি দিছে ট্ৰেডাৰ্স খান গে হলিবি কিনেকা তাই খান গে টেক্স তো মানুহে না দিব লাগে লাগা না ইটো লাগা আপনি আন স্ট্রেস কৰি কিনে আছে ফেকশনস খান গে না দিব লাগে লাগা তো ইতিয়া আপনি খান এফেক্টিভলি ওয়ান গভর্নমেন্ট ওয়ান টেক্স তো ইমপ্লিমেন্ট কৰিয়া লাগা আপনি ইতিয়া বি অলপ তো মেনশন কৰি দিছে সিচুয়েশনস ইনে আহিছে কইলে তো businessman na alak manuhan ge holi multiple taxation laga demands ahishe koile to apni han how you as a chairman village council la chairman hwa to kinika deal kore itu logore aro could you kindly cite examples also apni han kinika itu for the last few years kinika deal koina he ase
sabi itu kan cutters kan various fractions ka ta kan dukan sukan te jai to dukan kan to chairman ke jabi council ke jabi ina pathai die tai kan be ahi gina moi kan logo ahi to moi kan bi itu moi kan common people kan la problem kan to tai kan ke koi fraction imon hoise moi kan kon ke dibo kon ke na dibo ekta ke dise kule dosra kan be ahibo ekta ke digina ekta ke na dile no hobo ko ani itu moi kan kuno ke bi na dibo ko ado thankfully others can be ekdom reasonable hoi gina na understand kuri gina india ase kule ki kurubo koi gina nole faction to bishi approach kurise hole moi kan tai kan ke nagala movement kinia start hoise naga movement to I mean naga man kan kinia itia suffer kuri ase itu explain kura to tai kan be bishi understand kuri gina na insist na kure reasonable ase tai kan be
sir moi khan apni khan laga village laga ekta very common rule itia ta gina reporting khan kuri kine ahi ne saro kuma manu illegal business khan kuri thaka na apni kwa nishna factions khan holibi demand kuria laga cases khan bi thaki jarem de apni khan do excommunicate kuria laga bishi bag itu resort kuria la bi dikhi jai chairman to apni han itu do kineka how does it go about aru apni all of agere bi ekta instance bi mention kuri gene ase kore two men or more than that tahan jai ne ekta college te holi bi tax mangya la bi thai jai par itu la bi olop koi dibo apni han kineka itu village kan bi how should they go about itu laga example karne ekbar could you kindly mention that also
itu moi kan instance ekta koala to just last month itu we got reports that two cadres from a certain faction jaigena unity village te manduke mari gena poisa mani ase ki ko aro fortunately unity village kan bishi alert thakise jaigena cadre ekta ke durilise to upon interrogation dosra la taila sati to accomplished janise mogan ida sobi mate thake ko gina itu moi kan ida ja kalibi moi kan meeting kuri thakisile itu manuke tu yate pura expel kuri dibo kila mane the anti-social activities in Yade Korea are bringing bad name to the village as a whole. Itu ke expel kurubo itu talk be mugan Korea se. Kila mone itu example kan ba set na kurile tu boy na laga hoi jai. Apuni ko anis na mugan itu dawai bikai na durise kuile tu itu mati malik laga land pata bi seize kurile mugan. Freeze kuri dik na mugan position te rakhi diye. Ina talk. Oi mudu bika khan ke bi durise to itu khan ke bi expel kurise I know this is not the solution holibi moi khan practice inia ahise itu bra kinia poila kinia kuri ahise itu continue kuru lagibo itu la na holibi itu mudu bika laga no holibi dawai bika laga moi khan expel kurala itu to solution hoy holibi to upai nai kuru laga bra holibi moi khan paria talk to police law enforcing agencies kan logo coordinate kuri gina moi khan to duri lebi oko kru na bore apuni khan he duri se kuli to apuni khan to aru itu dura khan to choto moto khan he to itu dangor bigger sharks khan ki locate kru lage itu pura police apuni khan ge he action lobi na koi gina na tai khan ge he information khan ti die tai khan ge he leads khan manu khan identify kuri die ইনিয়াৰ পৰা কোঅপাৰেট কৰে আৰু এইটো মই খান বস্তি মানুহ খান সব মানুহ বি এলাৰ্টেড থাকিব লাগে আৰু এইটো ল এনফৰ্চিং এজেঞ্চিজ খান লগো কোঅপাৰেট নকৰিলে whether it be extortion or drug peddling or bootlegging এইটো মই খান গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট নহ'লে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট পুলিচ খানকে কৰিলে থাকিলে নহ'ব মই খানহে কোঅপাৰেট কৰিব লাগিব মই খানে ইনফৰমেশ্যন খান দিব লাগিব কেলে মানে এইটো মই খান এইটো কলেক্টিভ টিম ৱৰ্ক হ'ব লাগেতো এইটো মই খান Sovima খানটো ইনিয়া কৰে
Sir, aro ekta very curious topic that was brought up during the Business Association of Nagaland's meeting. That is one government, one tax. Aro businessmen, businesswomen kan hulibi itude tikiwo lage, stick ko lage ne ako ase sir. But mohan itia abduction la cases kan sai gene jaile to. Abduct kuri gene jai jana. Sir, gun point de hali gena demand kan kuri jaishe gule. How should they go about that time? Because কৈ থাকা নিচিনা সব মানুহে নিজৰ লগা লাইফ বি ভেলিউ কৰি যায় স্যাৰ না দিবি গ'লে বি দিব লগীয়া লগা টাইম বি আহি যায় abduction la case recent la holiu mohan bhabi gene jailo to sir inega cases kan de how should people go about sir
itu ekta encouraging development in recent times it see we have always been maintaining that the ceasefire monitoring officers are being misused itu ceasefire ground rules we alop revisit koribo lage modify koribo lage ato as and when itu khan to illegal activities like manuke abduct koribo jaina tare ceasefire monitoring officers khan rakhi die inia khan to totally abolish koribo lage itu just 1 or 2 weeks back ekta delicate ceasefire monitoring la dewe ঘেরাও কৰি লৈছে এণ্টাৰ কৰি কিনে বি ৰেড বি কৰিছে না কি ইনিয়া পুলিচ খানকে সিকিউৰিটি ফৰ্চেছ খানকে এম্পাৱাৰ কৰিব লাগে আৰু এইটো পাব্লিক খান বি এইটো খান আণ্ডাৰষ্টেণ্ড কৰি কিনে ceasefire monitoring cell to officers খানটো চিভিলিয়ান এৰিয়াতে নাৰাখিবি না নহ'লে ৰাখিব গ'লেতো যায় না সিকিউৰিটি হাই সিকিউৰিটি এৰিয়াতে ৰাখিবি লাইক যায় না চুমু পুলিচ পুলিচ কেম্প খান নিচিনাতে ৰাখিবি so that they can the cadres won't be able to misuse those itula kuru lage ala time ahijo aru kohanisna ceasefire ground rules to in letter and spirit adhere kuru lage itu moi kobole mon tu itu asa
so apni to ceasefire ground rules te adhere korise gole gun point de halia han bi manuke gun point de halia han bi they wouldn't just be going around with arms that is what you meant sir.
They should not go around with arms even if some people have some ID cards or whatever, they are required to carry their guns lokai kina kuru lagi to. Itu openly show kuru bole mana ase to. Itu kan ceasefire ground rules to take follow kuru itu kan tagan bi itu na kuru bo.
So recently itu businessman ekjon ke abduct kura la case te holibi apni nijor bi koi thaga nishna ceasefire monitoring group kan bi sir they finally took a step aro Dimapur police khan chumukiri ma police khan holibi jaigena tai khan laga office holibi inega jama kuri gena duty kuria in fact chargen laga ceasefire special ID card holibi cancel kuri dishe sir should that be the consequence for all the factions who are going against the ceasefire ground rules sir?
That should be the yardstick used by the law enforcing agencies from now onwards. আৰু এইটোতো হপফুলি তাইখান বি এইটোতো কৰিব লাগে পইলাটো একবাৰ বি ইনা কৰাটো শুনিয়া নাই ইটো বাৰটো ইনা কৰিছে আৰু এইটো ফেকশ্যন নহয়নে দোসৰা ফেকশ্যনছ বি তাইখান বি এতিয়াতো ৱাচ আউট কৰিব আৰু ইনি অপেনলি ব্লেটেণ্টলি লটো ব্ৰেক নকৰিব বোলা এইটো ডেট ইজ আৱাৰ হোপ এণ্ড আৱাৰ প্ৰেয়াৰ
ekta apni la side par since you have closely been dealing with businessmen and women also sir at such point inega juncture lock paise kole do how should they go about dealing with it apni la bosti laikla noile alak manu khan hoili bina aro village council khan hoili bi kineka tai khan laga itu parameters te thakya businessmen women khan ge kineka sensitize kuro lage.
So a few months back, I got a call from some business people saying that one faction has been demanding money from their farm. Itu moi koise itu moi khan chak from a public organization to itu one government one tax itu he insist kuri ase de itu bro apuni khan jaina cadres khan ke kobi kon ahilebe ahigena chakroma public organization ke lok ribi ko kina moi khan logo discuss koribi kobi itu নহলে apuni khan tax dibo kole dibe apuni khan la khoshi ase hole na dibo kole inika itu the responsibility or the honors to shift kori na CPO ke dibi moi na koise itu nishina moi khan western sumi hobi ase nol tribe civil societies khan ase tribal bodies khan ase itu khan ke bi responsibility di dibi na individual take up koro na parile kila mane ta khan bi kiman jon ke dibo kolibe aru itu nishina moi khan naga public khan one government one tax itu follow kori ase to itu to the onus should be on the civil societies now nole individuals khan egla pora ki koribo paribo na
Sir, aro ekta bishi curious ekta hoile to whenever tai khan ceasefire ground rules break kura dikhishe na ekta certain tribe ke na kuribo lage ala kurishe kore to factions kan bra tribe khan hoile to a certain tribal body hoile to non cooperation announce kuri dese tai khan laga instant response hoile to so do you think that is enough because mohan itia tak hole bi one government one tax te hi stick kurina kwa se aro mohan last day non cooperation thagi jawo ina kole bi isn't it almost the same sir itu mohan la consequences mohan la response to would that be enough to maybe make sense for the other factions also.
see non-cooperation alone won't work we should ostracize them we should treat them as lawbreakers as criminals itu social stigma bi taken ge di dibi na inia korile to taken bi sorom khai jabo to no non cooperation alone to itu to that is a very mild thing that's too tame I should say
Sir, aro lastly moi han itu bishi khata ekta conversation thagishe sir holebi apni bi Sovima laga chairman kuri gine ahia ro bishi tu han de deal kurishi tu eklai noile sir even in the past also you have been a politician and you have been going to places meeting different kinds of people as well sir apni last statements itu so hole it's coming from the experiences you have had in this past many years sir what will be your message for the Nagas in general how to go about with one government one tax sir as the chairman of Sovima village.
see it's not only about one government one tax but it's about solution to the protracted Naga political problem we should solve it for once and for all we can't afford to bequeath this to the future generations enough is enough we have struggled we have suffered for so many decades for more than 60 70 years to it solution to joldi ahibi na because see it framework agreement hoise agreed position hoise to it what is the why media how should we best go about it public can be discussed kurigina instead of depending on the underground factions to negotiate with the government we should tell the factions look this is what we Nagas want because we can't afford to let our political destiny be determined without our consent without our consultation we should give our views and opinions openly clearly and in one voice we should tell the factions as well as the government of India that this is what we want we have had enough we want to lead normal peaceful lives we don't want our children to continue as what how we have lived we want to go ahead with the rest of the world we want to live in peace we want development we want normalcy it's time that Naga people come out and tell the factions what we want and the government of India what we want.
Thank you so much for joining Hornbill TV in this conversation, sir. Thank you. Itu tagishe Hornbill TV yare Sovima Village Council laga chairman Mr. Sebastian Zimmerge kothakura. Tai pratai khan laga bosti re one government one tax to kinika implement kuri kine ahi ase. Itu iklai nohili dusra de all over Nagaland de hoili bi businessman women na kun hoili bi inika situations khan face kurishe kole to kinia deal kuro lage aru tahan kinika yare ra deal kura ase itu laga experience pra kothakura la bi moi khan huni paise. Hornbill TV ineka more human interest related stories can be ani thagibo itia karne man hobo ke Christian yoke ho camera person wong Hornbill TV chumuki dima.